Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. Very excited to welcome to the podcast for the first time, dear friend Artie Lange. Good to see you, Artie.
What's up, Adam? Is this rehearsal or are we on the air?
This is it.
Wow,
Just
I mean,
feels
this
like
is the
rehearsal.
most laid back. I can curse too, right?
Say whatever you want.
This is the most laid back fucking place I've ever seen in my life.
Well, it's kind of the beauty of the podcast, and it's kind of, a lot of the, I guess it's my little version of Sirius and XM in the sense that whatever constraints you felt with the man and the FCC and the bosses and all that shit when you were doing satellite or when you're doing terrestrial radio, then you make that move into the freedom of satellite. That's sort of the same move from terrestrial to podcasting.
Right. Now are the producers and owners of this show like Howard giving you $100 million a year, or is that the one difference?
A little bit shy. Yeah, there's one small difference. Yeah, no, it's not only am I not getting paid, I am paying to do this show.
It's costing you money.
Bandwidth.
Oh, really? No shit. I don't know what that is because I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm gonna pretend. Is that like JPEGing or something?
I'll tell you what it is. It's about $10,000 a month worth of bandwidth that you use up every time someone downloads the show. Yeah. But hopefully there'll be a way to turn it into money. So how you doing? Sober?
I am clean and sober for 2.5 months, man.
And you've congratulations, you lost a lot of weight.
I lost about 45 pounds. I got about another 45 to go. This shit that I was on, I would in the 90s. I had a bad problem with blow, and the last time I ever did coke was June the 14th, 1997. I somehow got that out of my life. Coke, yeah, and that created chaos in my life. I went to L.A. County for a week. That was fun, getting your asshole checked next to a crip.
Sure.
Yeah, but, so that woke me up. I got out of there. And then I had a few years where I was actually living like a normal person. I could have a couple of drinks and not go crazy. And then I started doing stand-up on the road a lot. And I was dating this broad in Jersey, and she came with me everywhere the first year we were together. When a relationship is new, everything's romantic. Like, we'd go to Buffalo in February, and it would be like Paris or something, because we were just fucking all the time, and it was great. But after a year, she was a school teacher, and she's like, well, maybe I won't come to Buffalo. Maybe I'll just come to Phoenix, because I got to get up tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I still got to go to Buffalo and Cleveland and all these places, because I got to make money. And when you're on the Howard Stern show, and you don't do stand-up, but that's like the mecca for stand-ups. What Howard did for me, I used to play Zanies in Illinois.
Right.
And I got on Howard for a couple of years.
Now you're doing goofballs in Poughkeepsie.
Well, yeah, but that's a great room.
No, yeah.
I literally went from Zanies to selling out Carnegie Hall in 3 hours.
Really?
Like, that's what Howard did for me. So. Right. And Dave Attell, a great comic, when he was on Insomniac, he told me, he goes, in a way, you get addicted to the money. So I wouldn't stop doing the road.
Right.
And on the road, I started taking Vicodin to deal with the hotels and everything. My girl wasn't there. You get the whaz, you're lonely. And then I graduated to heroin,
I think we can sort of agree that traveling, time differences, the road, and just erratic sleep leads to drugs.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. My schedule is crazy. I go from a morning radio show, like 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. I like during the week, it's like I have a fucking paper route. That's how early I get up.
I know.
And then I become nocturnal on the weekends. Then I go right back to doing stand-up at night. And Sunday I'll fly back from Denver or wherever I am, and I'll get back home. And now I'm on the nocturnal schedule. How do I get the fuck to sleep? So I used to use shit to get to sleep.
Right, because you finish your club, whatever you're doing in Denver, you finish your second show, it's a weekend. By the time you get back to your hotel room and wind down, because when you perform, you get kind of sped up.
It's like a high you got to come down from. And of course, getting paid from the club owner takes till 4 a.m. Because he's telling you, well, we didn't sell as much Rolling Rock as we thought we would. So instead of $20,000, we're going to give you $3,000.
Yeah, it becomes like the scene from the Blues Brothers.
Exactly. We're the band.
But we owe you $2,500, but you drank $3,000 worth of Rolling Rock.
Well, that's exactly my situation. Believe me, there's a club, the Comic Strip in New York City. When I started doing stand-up in '92, they had a policy: if you did a stand-up set there, you drank for free all night. I am the single reason they changed that policy. I would do like an 8 o'clock spot on a Tuesday in front of 4 people and stay there talking to like hookers at the bar till 4 a.m. drinking Absolute on the rocks, buying them like, Cavassier. So they changed it to where that's not happening anymore. So
yeah, you're like a fat guy who shut down a buffet. You didn't think it could be done.
And I've done that too.
And
so you get back to the hotel. You're right. You get back to the hotel, and it's hard to come down from it.
And then you get on that schedule, and then Monday morning rolls around, and the alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m.
Exactly.
And then, by the way, because I had to go through the same thing. I did nights. I did Loveline for over 10 years.
The first time I ever met you was me and Orlando Jones and Nicole Sullivan from Mad TV were the first 3 guests on the TV version of Loveline,
right?
Which was originally on Fox,
right?
And that's when I first met you. And I remember saying to you, because I was doing Mad TV and stand-up, I remember saying to you, how the fuck are you doing this schedule? I remember your schedule was crazy.
Yeah, and so then I switched to mornings, and then I went from nights to mornings. And then there's also, it's like in your mind, there's a time to drink, there's a time to fuck, there's a time to eat brisket, and a time to eat cereal.
A time to fuck, a time to eat brisket. That's a great song, Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, it's like everyone loves, I used to tell people, like, I love brisket and I love brandy, but not, sound like a couple of black whores I'm dating.
Right.
I love brisket.
Brandy, the singer you love?
Brisket and brandy, but not at 5:45 in the morning.
And Brisket's a rapper, MC Brisket.
Yeah. She's hot. She opened for Sister Soldier.
No, who's a racist bitch, and I'm not going to talk about her.
Really?
But no, I don't know. But
there's a time to do comedy.
There's a time to do
and
comedy,
that time is 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and
not 5:40 fucking 5 in the morning.
Well, comics come in at 10 o'clock to do the news and say it's early. I'm like, jerk off. I've been here since 6 trying to be witty.
That's would always piss me off too. Is like comics would roll in at like 9:40 and they'd go, "Oh man, how do you do it? How do you do comedy at 9:30? Like not 9:30, dick, 5:30."
The best is when it's a comic I hate, and that's rare. And Howard's tired and he wants to get out of there, so he doesn't even give a fake laugh to the shitty jokes. And I hate David Cross. He's a huge asshole. And one time he came on the show, and like Howard was just tired, and everything he said, Howard was just like, "What else, Robin?" And I moved my mic away, not to even help the little fuck. And he just bombed miserably, and it was great.
I love that. What else? Yeah. And what? And by the way, what's the beef with Cross?
He was, he's smarter than everybody. He went to Emerson, and he's one of these jerk-off alternative comics who thinks he's smarter than everybody.
Right.
And look, Mr. Show was funny. I'll be like, I think Bill Maher's an asshole, but I think he's a smart, funny guy.
Right.
Like, I'll admit that.
Sure.
David Cross, Bob Odenkirk, one of the funniest motherfuckers ever.
Just on this show.
Yeah, such a funny guy. And Cross on Mr. Show. That was a funny fucking show, I'll admit it. But